This episode of the Adam Carolla Show is brought to you by Simply Safe.
You're invited to a special audience screening of the world-famous KROQ doc.
We were the first to play the biggest bands in the history of music.
With producer Adam Carolla.
I made the KROQ documentary because I kept running into people who had their own stories about KROQ and their memories of KROQ.
Featuring, no doubt, Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink-182, Depeche Mode, The Cure, U2.
Los Angeles has a musical punch. That fifth has KROQ. Right on.
KROQ is where everything happened.
Join Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew Pinsky for a special screening of the world-famous KROQ doc.
It captures a time that will never exist again.
Saturday, June 20th at 8 p.m. Tickets at adamcarolla.com.
Thanks for tuning into the Adam Carolla Show. You can watch the full show on YouTube. Just search Adam Carolla Show and hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can also get the podcast wherever you like to listen. And for extra content, ad-free episodes, and more, you can head over to our Substack and sign up today. Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get a mandate. You get it on. Well, this show, Koe Wetzel, who's first time on the show, country singer out there, kind of fusing, early taking country and mixing it in with, I know, Kurt Cobain and those guys, Nirvana and that stuff you grew up listening to.
Mm-hmm. Trying to.
It sounds good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the album is called The Night Champion. It is out now, and the tour is The Night Champion World Tour. And I see here that you were born in Pittsburgh, Texas.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Texas, Northeast Texas. About 2 hours east of Dallas.
So tell me what you think of this, because it's confusing. There's a Pittsburgh, and there's a Pittsburgh, Texas, and there's a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But there's also a Rochester, Minnesota, and a New York, Rochester as well. And there's Salem, Oregon, and Salem, Mass. And it goes on and on.
Yeah.
There's 150. Hollywood, Florida.
Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it can be confusing.
Can.
Because people go, where's Koe from? They go, Pittsburgh. They go, oh, okay. Steelers fan. But no, he's not. He's a Dallas fan. Or an Oilers or whatever. All right. But so here, what do you think of this idea?
All right.
We settle it once and for all. We have the toughest dude from each city fight it out in the cage.
Just a no-holds-barred, I like it. I like it
It's
a
a
lot.
cage fight.
Yeah.
And whoever wins gets to keep the name. The other people, you lose, you got to change your name.
I'm down with that. I don't think that I would be the candidate for Pittsburgh, Texas, but I know some bad motherfuckers out there that could probably do it.
Well, the reality is you have to. Here's the deal. You don't have to be born in that town, but you have to live in that town and be there for at least 10 years.
All right.
Then you can fight.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood, Florida would probably beat the shit out of Hollywood, California, and then Hollywood, California would have to change its name. And the winner gets to pick the name.
Okay, yeah. Well, that changes it up a little bit. Yeah, that's great. I like it.
You'd sign up on that?
Yeah, let's petition that shit right now. We'll do it.
Yeah, because I could probably get into Trump, and we'll do it on the lawn.
Yeah, they just finished up last night. Shout out to my boy Gaethje.
Oh my God,
dude. What a dog!
That
man.
was crazy.
It's so good, man. He's I know he's been working his ass to get to that point, And I got to see him in Vegas whenever he fought Patty for the BMF belt, and he's a bad motherfucker, dude. Love Justin to death.
Oh my God,
he made you look silly last night, man.
That win was a big upset.
It was great,
and that his opponent's hands are so good. When you see good body shots, you go, oh, that guy's got good hands. And when you see good uppercuts, you go, oh, that guy's got good hands. Yeah. And he went downstairs, a couple of liver shots. Most people don't come back from that. Mm-hmm. And it was an incredible fight. but it was also sort of perfect. It was like sort of USA, and I want to thank the troops and the first responders and everything. It was a perfect button on the whole evening.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. We don't need to see it, but it was incredible.
Yeah, it was a good moment for America and Gaethje, because it's like the American dream, man. Like it's just all American, a boy, man, going in there and just giving them hell, dude. It was awesome, man. Loved it.
I totally agree. It was a great night, and I grew up in L.A., so I never really experienced Pittsburgh, Texas, and places like that. But I just got back from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh yeah,
and I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of parts in this country where people are nicer, and you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. They don't have as many lawyers, and they don't have as many rules. And so they're like, I walked into a bar in OKC at noon, and the chick who was cleaning the place, and it was clearly closed. I don't know. See, here the door would be locked, but the door was open. I walked in, no one was in there, and the chairs were all turned upside down. And she was cleaning. She had one leg, and wearing shorts, so you knew it. And I said, oh, you're closed? She goes, yeah. She goes, come back at 2. We'll open at 2. And I go, I'm going to be on the road to Tulsa by 2, but thanks. And she said, well, what do you want? And I said, well, I'll take a beer. And she goes, well, all right, we'll sit down. In L.A., you would have never done that because someone would get sued, someone's insurance, someone's lawyer, something with the city, something. You can't be normal. She's being normal. She sees a dude who wants a beer. She's not open, but she goes, sit down.
She probably wanted to have one with you, though, too. She's like, I'm finna get off fucking work, so I need a bear myself. So she's
got one leg. She needs more than a beer. She needs a shot.
Some Johnny Walker, man.
So where you live now?
So I'm just outside of Fort Worth. I've been around, Central Texas ever since I left Pittsburgh whenever I was 18. I went and played football at Tarleton State in Stephenville, and then I just kind of stuck around the area, man. I live in Weatherford now, which is about 45 minutes west of Fort Worth. Been there for about 7 years now, so I love it, man. It's a great place to be. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I seem to, my vibe coming off the road in Oklahoma and Tulsa is it's not like those places got that much better. It's that the other places got that much worse, and now there's a chasm. Like they're just kind of normal, regular folk. I'll tell you something. What I figured out, Koe. If you want to see real people in a town, people go, you got to go to the bar and meet the locals. Go to a local place, or something. They'll do that. I'll tell you the best place to see what that town is and who lives in that town, because I did it Saturday morning in Oklahoma City. I went to a Supercuts about 10 miles out of the city, and that is a representation of who lives in that town, man. Go to a Supercuts on a Saturday morning, and you will see a representative of every group in that town, including the people who work there.
And you probably can tell what people's decision making is a little bit more whenever they go into Supercuts and coming out of the Supercuts. It's kind of like, all right, what's this guy?
Yes, and then there's the women that work there, who that's not like they're in college. They're in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And they're opening that place up on a Saturday morning and doing 31 haircuts.
Marlboro Red, just like, hey, baby, let me cut that hair.
Yeah, don't get them started on the ex-husband. And something went wrong because they are getting up Saturday and cutting hair for $14 a pop.
Man, it's all the drama, all the who's fucking who's, everything that they need to talk about is right there, and they don't give a fuck about cutting your hair. I feel like it's just like, hey.
Oh, they're talking. These two were talking to each other past me, and then one of them actually, people at work. People that were there getting their kids' haircut recognized me, and then the one who was cutting my hair didn't, but then her friend did, and then her friend yelled at her for not recognizing.
Do you not know who that is?
They get angry. Yeah. And so I took a picture with her,
awesome,
friend. Man. But get whatever hairstyle you got. Make sure you can get it done at a Supercuts or a Sports Clip, and the world will be your oyster, because you can go wherever you get your haircut with downtime. In Oklahoma City. Make it efficient. Good, So you played, what position you play in football?
I played linebacker. I was always a defensive guy. I think I was too dumb to play offense, maybe. But I just
Which backer did you play?
I played middle, inside in high school, and then whenever I got to college, I was decently big in high school, and then whenever I got to college, I was one of the smallest dudes in the linebacker room. So they sent me to outside linebacker to get more into coverage and stuff, which I wasn't super fast or anything like that. But yeah, man, I loved football growing up, and getting to play in college was a lot of fun. But it was a lot different than high school ball. It was more of a job, and we started playing music and had surgery on my leg and shit, and came back, and I was like, man, I'd rather drink beer and chase women than get yelled at all the time. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's sort of what happened to me. It's fun, but then it wasn't that fun.
It's fun to a point, and then I don't know, the world.
Well, I mean, football coaches,
different breeds,
for
sure,
and they didn't mince words, and I was never bothered by it, but you wouldn't mistake it for fun, just getting yelled at all day.
Yes, like what do you get out of it?
Well, at a certain point, you go, look, am I going to get paid to do this?
Yeah.
And if the answer's clearly no, then it's time to move on.
I think that had a little bit to do with it. Like I said, I really love football, but in the end, I knew I probably wasn't going to go to the NFL. So yeah, like I said, it was.
But there's nothing better than shoulder pads.
Oh man,
shoulder pads are the best. Shoulder pads are like you can hit them with a baseball bat and you don't feel it. And then there's nothing better than hitting people.
Yeah,
there's nothing better than defense.
It's everything, man. You got fall weather. It's when the weather's starting to change. It's starting to get cooler. Cold weather. You got everybody out there. Friday night lights, Saturday night lights. Just football season in general, man. There's a sense about it. There's something in the air about it, man, and it's special, dude. I love it so much.
There was nothing better than getting suited up.
Yeah, dude. Just the adrenaline, everything, the preparation going into it, man, and oh god, dude.
There's nothing better than getting your ankles taped. Ankles taped.
You mean I get to take a shot of pickle juice before I go out and do this? Hell yeah, let's go. Little bitty things.
Ankles taped, good cleats, running on grass, feeling like you can defy gravity.
Yeah, wind through the helmet, dude. Yeah, it was great, man.
Yeah, I completely
reliving the glory days.
I tell you, when I stopped playing football, it's all I thought about for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Still to this day, I mean, I think about it all the time, and baseball as well. I loved baseball growing up. I played it, ever since I was tiny, up until I got to college, and then it's the same shit. Every night I feel like there's a sense of me kind of going back and, maybe that one hit or that interception or that home run you hit. It's kind of like just flashbacks that kind of come and hit you in the mouth before you pass out.
Well, you started having success musically how long after you stopped playing?
So that would have been 2012, and then I played music till 26 is whenever success really started coming. We put out a record, Noise Complaint, that kind of started blowing up in Texas and the surrounding states. And so, yeah, 2016 is when it's really started popping off, I feel like. And but yeah, a lot of long roads, long nights, sleeping on couches, and playing to a bunch of nobodies for a very long time up until that point. So
yeah, but I mean, that's how you get good.
Yeah, and honestly, we were talking about this the other day. It's those are some of the funnest times, those times that suck so bad. You don't really think about how bad they suck during the moment. Maybe you do a little bit, but I mean, going back on them is like, God dang, man, that was some of the most fun times of my life, and makes you appreciate the stuff that goes on now. The kind of the struggle of it makes you appreciate everything a lot more.
Yeah, well, I always tell people, those kinds of times kind of set you up for you appreciate good times. Also, doing the football, doing the two-a-days in the heat, in the sun, that kind of stuff makes other jobs not feel so hard.
Yeah,
sure. Especially I know your dad worked construction. Yeah. You probably did some summers with him and that kind of stuff. And
tying rebar and pouring concrete, dude, that shit sucks so bad.
You were tying rebar, huh?
Yeah, tying rebar, man. All of it.
Was your dad doing everything, or was he just doing like foundation stuff?
He was more road construction. So so every summer from like I guess like my 7th grade year till my sophomore year in college, he'd let me come out for 2 or 3 months and make some money before going back to school. And he was running the crews, and I was thinking, my dad being head of the crews, I get to go eat lunch with him. Hell no, like he had me in the mud, doing all the shit, and if I was ever taking a break, he was really hard on me, and I appreciate that a lot, because going back, he always said, he wanted to make it so hard on me to where whenever I got older in life, that was something that I strive for, to be better than to, having to bust my ass, 12 hours a day in the concrete and doing stuff like that, and in the Texas sun. And so I appreciate him for that, man. He had some life lessons for me in working in the road construction business, man.
People think it's real important to expose kids to everything. They have to be exposed to music and dance and art and stuff. But I think it's more important to expose them to shit they don't want to do. And not just for 1 hour, but for days.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the best lessons I ever got was just doing shit I didn't want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's motivated me. I was like, I don't want to do this shit, especially construction, because you're out there, you're out in the sun, it's dirty, it's a little dangerous. Yeah. You're working with people here it's like they either don't speak English or they're racist or whatever. You don't even want to hang out with. There's nothing to talk about. You can't go, did you guys see Saturday Night Live last night?
Did you see the Gaethje you fight last night?
Well, that they may have seen, except they couldn't afford Amazon Prime. But their neighbor may have bootlegged it or something. The Gaethje fight they would have seen, but they probably wouldn't have seen the Kevin Hart roast or something like that. But anyway, you get and do that for a while, and then you picture yourself doing it when you're 50, and you go, "Oh, no, I don't want to be here. Yeah. I got to figure out a plan."
I'll never forget whenever. So we were finishing up the Noise Complaint record, and I had a buddy's dad that was kind of fronting the money for us to go in and make this record, and. Something happened to where he wasn't going to pay the extra, I think it was like $2,500, $3,000 to finish out this record, and the record was almost done. And so, I called my pops up, and I was still in Stephenville at the time. I said, "Hey, do you mind if I come back home and work for a few months and pay this record off?" He's like, "Yeah, come on." And so went back, and one of the best decisions I ever made, because we ended up getting to pay for the record, and it coming out being the success we had in Texas. And but whenever I handed him my vest and my hard hat, I handed it to him, and I said, "Hey, that's the last time I'm putting that shit on ever." And I think that was a really special day in his life, because, I think like I said, all the summers and all the hard work of him, exposing me to that kind of shit, he was like, maybe he's finally got it, and I haven't put a hard hat or a vest on since, and so I'm pretty damn proud of that.
Yeah, it's weird. I see everyone working now outdoors, and they have all these pop-up tents. Mm-hmm. That shit didn't exist when I worked outdoors. Yeah. You just worked. You just worked.
Found a shade tree.
Well, you had to work wherever the work was. Like if it's on the roof, you're just on the roof.
Yeah.
If you got a sombrero, get a hat with a big brim on it. But all that pop-up shit didn't exist.
Man, it was so damn hot in Texas. It would get, June was all right. July and August was horrendous. And so we would even get to where, we'd start working at 7:30 at night and then just work throughout the night, just because it was cooler, less traffic and stuff. But yeah, man, shout out to all the construction workers out there, because they are hammering down, dude. Jesus, like, it's rough.
It is, we sort of turned them into, we let the left kind of take over the country, and then everything became about college and degrees and being professors. And then every single construction worker and every sitcom was a goofball oaf,
Yeah.
And then we did a lot of like, I want you to go to college, son. I don't want you to end up, working, construction. And then we vilified dudes who work with their hands, who build everything.
It's a hard, honest work, dude.
And the kind of shit you use every day. Like, I don't know what they're talking about at Berkeley right now, but I do know there's a freeway overpass I use to get here, and I'll use it to get home.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I use it like it's practical. Yeah. We turn those guys into like, it's weird. We turn them into like doofus, oafy, kind of beer swilling, misogynist who like to slap women in the ass and catcalls and stuff. And for some reason, we just turned everyone who built the country into some sort of idiot oaf.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. Because it's some of the hardest working folks I know in my life. Work construction. So it's crazy to even think of it that way, but that's just the world we live in today, I guess, man.
Home title lock. Well, if you watch the news, it's getting crazy out there. And for American homeowners, the FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud called title theft. And your equity, well, that's the target. With just a forged signature, your ownership can be transferred out of your name. And without protection in place, you're left with the emotional and financial nightmare left behind. And that's why I partnered with Home Title Lock. I want to protect my home, and that's why I use Home Title Lock. You need to do it as well. It's Home Title Lock. Right, Dawson?
Use promo code Adam at HometitleLock.com to get a free title history report, plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you're a victim of fraud, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HometitleLock.com, promo code Adam, or use the link below.
At Marathon gas stations, every stop is the start of fun, like the awesome fuel savings you're going to get with Marathon Rewards. Join Marathon Rewards today and start earning rewards on every gallon of gas. You can redeem rewards at any time, saving up to $1 per gallon. Well, that adds up. And don't forget, Marathon stations are packed with all the conveniences you need to stock up on, to live life on the go. Marathon, where the fun runs on full. Available at participating Marathon locations. Terms and conditions apply. See marathonrewards.com for detail. Well, now there's some kind of weird renaissance where we're starting to rediscover the trades, and AI, I think, is scaring people.
Yeah.
Because AI is never going to be able to wire rebar like you did. Number 4, I'm guessing a lot of half inch.
Yeah. 4, man. It was all of it, dude. It was rough, dude.
The rebar just comes in, 16 foot, whatever, and you just wire it. It just gets all wired together and overlaps X amount.
Hand wired. I don't know. I'm sure they got machines for it, but
they have a little dipsy doodle thing, like with it, looks like a fishing.
Yeah.
It's like a reel.
It's like a tool with like a little hook on the end, and you got your spool of wire and your clippers, and clip it, and you're on to the next one, dude. And then you got your plastic forms that you raise it off the ground, and then man.
And I also will tell you guys, there's like carpentry where you're indoors and you're putting up crown molding, and then there's wiring up rebar in Texas outdoors, and it's not the same.
105 degrees.
It is not the same job,
not, man. It's not.
They both may be trades guys, but this is not that.
Oh,
this is more prison chain gang kind of shit, right?
Yeah, there's some similarities there, I'm sure.
What'd you get an hour back in 2012 or whatever?
Oh,
10.
Man. I was probably 10, 950 maybe.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot. I know that.
I will tell you, I just got back from Tulsa and I was looking at gas prices. Also went into that bar that was closed, had a couple light beers, and then ate breakfast at a diner. And it's like literally, I went to a Starbucks. I sampled everything. It's like
this
literally.
In Oklahoma? This is in Tulsa?
This is in Tulsa. Oh, it was in OKC and in Tulsa.
Okay.
Tulsa and OKC, it's basically half the price of Los Angeles. Everything is just half.
Yeah.
Like gas here's $6.25. There it's like $3.10. Starbucks here's like $7. There it's like $3.50. I got 2 light beers. It was $7. I was like, well, this has got to be a mistake here. It's like $7. Now here, each light beer is $7. Like it's literally, It's just half.
That's crazy.
Is what it is. It's fucking nuts.
It's insane. The price differences are just like you're talking about gas and diesel, man. Coming out here, it's insane to look at.
Oh,
Well,
you're in a bus, right?
Yeah, we're in bus, and then
diesel, man.
dude, it's
like
rough.
$7 a gallon.
It's crazy. But then you drive down the road, and everybody's got their Teslas. I feel like everybody's got a Tesla in there. We were looking. There were 6 in a row coming down the freeway, and I was just like,
You'll
damn.
never see. I know.
We might not see 7. There's not 7 ever been sold in Pittsburgh, Texas.
Oh, listen, you go to places like that, you'll see 12 Saturns for every one Tesla, and they haven't even made Saturn for 15 years.
An Altima.
I'm in Malibu.
Yeah.
It's nothing but Teslas.
It's crazy.
100%. Well, speaking of that there's that clip. It's great. Andrew, I think it was Liz Warren. Everyone is going nuts because Elon's a trillionaire now. And so they're doing all this. First off, they do this insane stuff where like the average working family would have to work 11 million years to make that kind of money. It's like, it's the dumbest stuff ever. So this is Liz Warren. Elon Musk just became the world's first trillionaire. A typical American household would have to work more than 11 million years to make Elon Musk's level of wealth. All right, but let's put it to you this way. Elizabeth Warren's net worth is 100 times higher or 1,000 times higher than the average American. The average American's net worth is, I don't know, 100 grand, and hers is $14 million. So, Liz, using your argument, an average American family would have to work 581 years to get to your level. Yeah. Is that okay with you? Or can you just shut the fuck up and get on with your stupid, miserable life? Spending all you do is try. I wrote one, but it's true. They do things like if you stacked every dollar Elon made, you could go to Mars. It's like, okay, he's a successful guy. Also, give the guy his due. I was thinking about this. He bores into the earth. He's got his boring company. Yeah. Then he's got his Tesla ride along the top of the earth company. And then he's got his go to Mars company. He's covered it all. There's nothing that guy hasn't covered. And he's a trillionaire. But I was like, if you paid $1 for a jelly bean, Elon could buy enough jelly beans to fill the Grand Canyon and then an Olympic-sized pool. Who gives a fucking shit? Go get to work, would you? You pay taxes. Yeah. Stop spending everyone else's money. What is the obsession with Elon? He creates jobs and he pays tons in taxes. Yeah. Why don't you go find some people that aren't paying taxes and go harp on them? Or how about you create some jobs?
We all got the same amount of time in each day, you know?
I totally agree. Is your dad still out on the crew?
Yeah. I've got a construction company out in Lubbock, Texas, that I partnered up with one of my really good friends and kind of brought him in to help run everything. You know, I'm on the road and playing music all the time, so it's good to have. I've got my dad in it and a lot of my family members, cousins and brother-in-law and stuff like that. So, it's really cool to, I felt for the longest time he was really stressed out about a lot of stuff, and it was
your dad,
and he was getting older, and that was kind of something, he gave me the world pretty much, growing up, and worked his ass off for me, and my family growing up, and so that was kind of my little ode to him. Was like, hey, why don't you take a load off, and because he knows everything about the construction side of it, and so kind of, hey, why don't you help, run this company and try to build it up to whatever is possible. So, yeah,
that's nice.
He's still out there doing it, and like I said, it's a lot of family in it as well, and so it's great, man.
Yeah, there's anxiety because you're not exactly sure what your next job is all the time. Yeah, which is a weird way to go through life, but it's the same with your business and my business. Yeah. We don't exactly have a guarantee of what's coming up next. Mm-hmm. kind of hope it all works out.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like this. We dropped a record last week, and it's kind of, you know, hoping the best for it. But you never know. You never know with each record that you put out. I'm sure you know just as well as everybody else. You know, just those little things like that in this business that we're in. We really don't know, but I don't know.
You know, I don't even know how you get a record out these days. Like, does it need a video? Is it a YouTube thing? Spotify?
Well,
like, how do you know, it used to be you just pay off record executives with cocaine and women and have a good career.
I wish that's how it was still.
I know. They do too.
Oh man, I don't. You know, TikTok has a big part of social media in general, not just TikTok, but social media in general. We try not to. I'm not like gonna get on TikTok and do a dance and promote my fucking song. That's just not anything that I've ever done or been about. So I mean, we've been lucky enough to have a really loyal fan base from Texas and the surrounding states, and we come up in the Texas country red dirt genre of music. And like you said earlier, trying to blend this rock sound with this country sound, and but still having hints of Texas country music as well. And I think just having this loyal fan base, and just we've kind of built it brick by brick for the last 15 years. And I think luckily for us, it's a lot easier to put out a record than people who are just getting started out or whatever it is. But things are changing, man. It's like you said, it's not what it used to be. And there's just social media has such an impact on everything, but music world for sure, entertainment business all over the place.
Who are some of the bands you liked growing up?
Love Nirvana. I grew up on like 90s country. My mom was a big 90s country fan, older country, and then my dad listened to hip hop and some rock and roll. And so I kind of had, I drew from a bunch of different genres of music, and then I got into like the pop punk scene and stuff in middle school, and alternative, and I guess butt rock and shit like that. Whenever
your dad listened to hip hop,
yeah,
that's not a road crew kind of sounding dude.
No, if you see my dad, he's got the chains and everything. He's a G, man.
Really?
Yeah, he's a dog. But yeah, we listening to. So I guess in the 90s or later 90s, Eminem and 50 Cent and Outkast, shit like that. He loved NWA and all those bands. And so I say bands, groups, I guess. But
how'd your dad's a white dude, right?
Yeah.
How'd that come about? Because construction guys are kind of not that. And, Texas and Pittsburgh and everything.
I don't know. Yeah, we grew up in East Texas, and I don't know. It's just, I feel like everybody there listens to hip hop. We're really close to Louisiana, and so growing up on Boosie and Kevin Gates and a lot of the Lil Wayne stuff like that, and so I don't know. I think it's just kind of the culture out there, man. It's everybody that I know listens to hip hop out in East Texas, and so it's just kind of. I grew up around it. All my cousins, they jammed. I remember the first iPod I ever got, the little Nano, whenever it came out. Got it for Christmas. We didn't have a computer to download any music. I don't think my mom knew that's what you had to do for that. So
she got you the gift.
She got me the gift.
She thought the music was in it.
With like a $25 gift card to put to iTunes. And so I gave it to my cousin to download some music. So he just put all of his stuff on mine. And that's whenever I started, finding out a lot of music that I'd never heard before, which was really cool. And he was a huge Eminem fan and hip hop fan, and so that kind of just added to what Gary Dale had showed me growing up. And I don't know, I feel like I just kind of took from so many genres, and even like Sinatra and stuff like that, all over the place, man. I've got a playlist, a day playlist that I listen to. I just put it on every day and just kind of let it go. And it's all over the place. Everybody who listens to my playlist are like, who put this shit together? Why are we going from here to there?
Yeah.
But I love that, man. And it's I think that's where my love of music comes from, because it's not just it doesn't sit here, sit there. It's all over the place.
You know what? I'm with you. I'll make this analogy. They're guys who they say they're car guys. They only know Mopar shit. That's all they know is like a little bit of Hemi stuff, Mopar. But if you're a car guy, you should kind of be into everything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
and you should have a broad spectrum of cars. You should like stuff from that country and that country and American Muscle and that era.
Yeah.
Right. And there's so many guys who just go, I'm into cars, and then they don't know anything about cars. They just know like one little specific niche, and it doesn't really make them good car guys. They'd be better if they knew. And I would say the same thing about music. People just kind of, they go, I like this kind of music, and that's all I listen to. When there's so much great stuff, there's great stuff from musicals and symphonies and musical soundtracks and stuff like that. Like there's just so much to draw from.
And that's kind of what, things that I wouldn't really, get into. I feel like my sister, she loves Broadway. She likes going to, we'll go to New York, whatever. And I wouldn't say I'm a huge Broadway guy. I love musicals and going to, shows like that. Just anything to that I can take away from, something that I'm not familiar with or that I grew up on. I like change, and I like anything that I can draw from to really mold what I'm trying to do with my music and stuff. Because I feel like I've kind of done stuff that's a certain way for so long, and it gets kind of boring after a while, man. It gets repetitive, and I feel like the fans can understand that as well and see that. So anytime, we can go and I can draw from something that normally I just wouldn't go see, or I love stuff like that. Anything to kind of keep help me to hone in on the craft is great. So,
do you sit down and write every day, or do you sort of wait for stuff to jump in your head?
Excuse me. No, I don't write every day. I write down notes in my phone every day. So I mean, it's just I draw, like I said, I draw from so many different things, and so like I'll write down a sentence or two that I think is cool, so I can come back to. But whenever I try to save up all these things to whenever we do sit down, we have a broad spectrum of things that we can go in and kind of write about. And if one thing doesn't work, well, hey, I got 25, 30 different things we can talk about. So, but yeah, I'm constantly writing, always thinking about different ways to say things that I haven't said it before, or ways that I've said it before. So.
Yeah, here's something you could write about. I was sitting around, and I was trying to figure out what time my show started on Saturday night in Tulsa. And they move. They'll do, we're doing a 6 o'clock and then an 8:45, but sometimes it'll be a 7 and a 9:30, and sometimes it'll be 6:30 and 9. They move it around a lot, so I can start to forget, like, you know what it's like. You're out on the road. So I went and looked, and I went to the club's website, and now we got to look this up, Dawson, to see if there's any footage of this. But I went to the club's website, and it just said calendar. And I was like, all right, I'll just hit the calendar so I can see, I'll see me on the calendar, and they'll see 6 o'clock, doors open, whatever. I was looking at the calendar. 2 weeks after I'm there, Stormy Daniels is there. And then I did what I always do. I looked at it, and I was like, ugh, so sad. What happened to her? What a mess. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm playing there tonight. I was sitting there making fun of her, and then I realized I'm making fun of myself. But Stormy Daniels is going to be at the Brick House Comedy in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the 22nd of June.
I got to see what I'm doing that night.
Yeah, you may want to swing by. Now, I don't know what she does on stage, but she's got to have something.
I mean...
Oh, is it the 20? It's not the 22nd? I thought it was the 22nd. It's the 21st? Oh, okay. What? Maybe they moved it? I swear I looked it up. What does she do? What's going on with her on stage? First off, what are they charging? They better not be charging more than my tickets. Let's see what we got here.
$150?
The VIP's $150. The premium is $57. What's the general? The general is $35. All right,
bucks.
Mine was $37, so I got her beat. What is she doing for 90 minutes on stage? Is it one show? It's just one show. It's the 21st. And is there clips or anything? Is she telling jokes? She may have to bring up Trump's name a time, maybe once, maybe twice. Worst hush money ever? I mean, has anyone spent more in hush money and got less in hush money return?
I don't know.
She goes to Flappers out here? Flappers is 3 blocks from here.
What is Flappers?
Flappers is a comedy club in Burbank. It's like the only comedy club in the entire San Fernando Valley.
We've got to see. There's got to be some videos of her doing stand-up or something. There's got to be something.
She's.
Here
All
we
right,
go. Here we go.
Let's see what she does.
Intro's popping.
Mm-hmm.
Standing ovation.
We live in a weird society.
Wow, man.
I'm here to tell you. All right, she's getting a standing O. I don't know where she is. I didn't get a standing O.
How fucked up is it that a lot of people think this is the most dangerous city in the country, and for me, it's the first time I've been outside without a bulletproof vest in 3 months.
She's telling jokes. She probably has a couple of guys who just wrote down some stuff.
Some ghostwriters.
And she's going to get up there and just tell some stories. Well, anyway, if you're going to be in the Tulsa area on the 21st, it'll be Stormy Daniels.
I got some friends out there. I'll send them over.
Give him a heads up.
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah. But the sad part is I was playing the same place she's playing, and I was looking at hers being sad. But then I realized
That's you on the same.
could be
bill.
sad too. Yeah. Have you ever had that experience where you play a casino or something and you see who's coming in next week and you go, oh, what happened to those guys, man? They used to be so good.
Yeah, you always think you're on the come up, right? You never,
Right.
You never. I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
How many cities you playing?
I think we're doing 40, a little over 40.
Oh, that's
So we're kind of finishing up festival. We played in Santa Rosa last night. We were in San Diego Friday night, and so we're kind of finishing up festival season right now. And we were in Australia for 3 weeks. We got back. We're about to go to Canada for a couple weeks, and then we'll start the U.S. dates in July. Start of July, and that'll run till 1st of November. It's about 3 or 4 shows every week, man. Just I'm honestly really excited about it, just to get back into a routine, man. We've been going from, I was in last week I was in Nashville, to Chicago, to San Diego, to Santa Rosa. Now I'm here in L.A. It's kind of, within 4 days, and there's no like set routine.
Yeah.
And you just get out of it, dude, and you're beat down every day. I'm ready to get on the road and get a routine going, and I don't know. Tour's a lot of fun. We have a great time. I mean, I'm sure you do tours as well too.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. It's good. I mean, we're going to be playing a lot of the same cities we've played forever, just with a growing audience, and then a lot of new places as well. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a good time.
Do you stick to a set list or do you mix it up? And do you do any cover stuff for just shits and giggles?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have like a set list, but we usually have 2 or 3 set lists to where we can just kind of interchange them however we want to. Because I hate giving people the exact same show over and over and over. And like I said, we have such diehard fans that come out to multiple shows. So to give them something different every night, I think is kind of key on that. But we've been doing it so long, and like we don't run any tracks or anything like that. So it's really easy for us to be like, oh, hey, we want to play this song tonight. And so we switch it up, and everything's a full live band, and my guys are great. They're all from Texas. They're some fucking dogs. So yeah, just tequila fueled rage on stage, baby.
See what Stormy's tour schedule is. Is she like going out every weekend playing shows? Or is she just following me around the nation? I don't know.
That might be what she's doing.
Does he ever? I get the fun doing shots, playing music thing. At some point, though, the results can drop off a little. Like, you ever have to talk to the bass player and go, let's limit it to a couple of beers?
Yeah, well, I think once we get back on tour and it's every night, we started doing this thing a couple years ago to where it was every single night. We're blackout till 5 or 6 in the morning. We sleep till 5 or 6 in the evening, and then get back on stage, do it all over again. we're getting older now, and that's just not, it's hard to do. So now it's kind of, we got to where, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is kind of, hey, we'll have some drinks, be cool. And then Saturday night, we kind of blow it out of the water. So if y'all see us on Saturday night,
yeah, that's the
we
fun night.
apologize. Yeah, if it sounds like dog shit, it's probably because it is.
Stormy's booked for the entire month, by the way. So I guess the New World Order's anybody whose name you recognize can just get up on stage and figure out a way to get paid. But I guess it's got to be a bunch of the people that go see Stormy are not going to be the people who are at the UFC fight on the lawn.
Probably not.
But, it was funny because I was talking to Dr. Drew about this today, and he reminded me, because he's been saying to me for like 10 years, he goes, where are we heading as a nation? Because I predict things, and my predictions come true. So if you want to know, you should come to me. So I said, he would keep saying to me, where are we going? Like, are we going to come together? We're going to get further apart? It's going to be a civil war? I just said, safe spaces and octagons. And he was like, what's that mean? I go, half the country's just going to get a Ram truck, start lifting, and go to the octagon and get old school. And the other half is going to get an electric car and go to a yoga class, and it's going to break up. We're just going to take the country, and we're going to break it into safe spaces and octagons. And he calls me today, and he goes, there's actually an octagon at the White House. And I go, I didn't think that, I was using it as a metaphor.
It's like a episode of The Simpsons or something. You're like an episode of The Simpsons. You just call it out,
right?
Bro, and then it's happening.
They had the safe the safe space was some sort of, I don't know. They had a thing with De Niro and Jane Fonda, and everyone was speaking at the safe space on a Saturday night, and the rest of the guys were in the octagon. We just broke it up. Safe spaces and octagons. I want to go to the octagon.
Yeah.
And eventually the people in the safe spaces are going to have to come to the people in the octagon and go, you got to protect us.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing anything here but handing out money to illegals. And so we
charging our car.
We got to fix this. Yeah, we need you to build us a road. Can Coe's dad come over and build us a road?
We're always going to need roads, and people to tie some rebar.
Yeah, so those are going to be the octagon dudes now. That's the problem.
I'll ride with them, I'll give some rebar tying classes.
And by the way, there's nothing that, okay, when it's hot, the last thing you want to do is handle metal.
Yeah.
Because the metal gets
rough.
super hot.
Yeah.
And then talking about getting poked, stupid wire, when you clip that wire, it's like a little pin.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way not to get poked. And also, it's rebar smells weird.
Yeah.
It's super floppy. Like, it's hard to carry because it's always counter moving.
It's a lot of shit going on, man. And then once you get it all tied up, I don't know. It's crazy. It gets heavy.
And then when you're all done with all your beautiful work, it gets entombed in concrete. No one will ever see it again. It gets buried.
Oh, driving across, baby, I tied that rebar so fucking good on this road. You don't even know, dude. Can you feel the difference?
She's like, yeah, get a wet saw out, bullshitter. I'm calling your bluff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like all your best work just goes away. At least when you build cabinets and stuff, it's still there.
Yeah.
That kitchen that you did all those years ago.
Like, have you seen all the old statues? Like, where have we gone with statue building? Everybody used to be so good at building like these beautiful statues and stuff, and now you see statues of folks, and it's like, God, that looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of road and pouring concrete maybe is the modern day statue building person.
It's been said many times.
Sculptor.
Yeah. No, it is kind of true, because when they try to do like Kevin Hart or Ronaldo, the soccer player or something, it's a disaster because all the statue makers are gone. But here's a question.
It's like a lost art.
Yeah, but let's look at this though. I mean, yes, I agree it's a lost art. But you go, Look at that statue of John Quincy Adams, man. That thing is dead nuts on. Except for we don't know for sure what John Quincy Adams looked like. That guy could have been way the fuck off, and they could have made fun of him in his day.
Yeah.
That don't look anything like John Quincy Adams, but who knows?
Yeah, for sure. But why didn't it just I guess just people just like, oh, well, this is probably, nobody's going to be as good as this one. This is the best one ever done. Fuck it. At least I tried.
Statue making has gone the way of the dodo, as far as I can tell. And there's not going to be a lot of work. I mean, that Ronaldo
That's
one.
rough. That is rough.
I mean, especially, here's the whole thing about a statue. You want the statue to be 20% better looking than you, not 45% worse looking than you. You know what I mean? You want to upgrade a little, like a picture on a dating website or something. You want to put a filter on that thing, right? You don't want to take a good looking dude and make him into a 4.5. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. But you do have to think all the statues of all the founding fathers and everyone who came before us and all the generals and everything, we do not know exactly what they look like. We only have the statue.
He was a handsome dude, and what was it, George Washington, and he have the wooden teeth and stuff?
That's what I hear, but I think that's a wives' tale. Also, we don't know exactly what his horse looked like either.
Dude, man.
That may not be a good job, an accurate representation of the horse the guy had.
All over the place.
All right, we'll take a break. Adam YENSER's going to come in and do some news. Let me send people to the right place. Tickets at KOE WETZEL music.com.
Yes, sir.
Come back anytime,
I appreciate it.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Yeah, baby. Keeping your car on the road. That's what O'Reilly's about. There are not many car issues I can't figure out, but if I'm stumped, I'll call O'Reilly immediately. They've got thousands of parts in stock, either in store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. They'll also test your battery for free, and if it needs to be replaced, they will help you find the right one, because cars all have their own batteries, bespoke batteries now. So whether you're a car aficionado or an auto novice, you'll see the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are helpful and friendly. O'Reilly is your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself. It's O'Reilly, right, Dawson?
Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit us at O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Adam.
Hello, and welcome to Pluto Phone. If you know the name of the movie you'd like to see, just stream it for free on Pluto TV, where all your blockbuster favorites are landing all summer long. Catch Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Fantastic.
Men in Black, 1 through 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mean Girls.
Shut up!
Titanic.
I'm the king of the world!
And so much more. For showtimes, press nothing. They're free 24/7.
That is so fetch.
On Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Hello, Adam. It's Karen from Cook County, Illinois. The Obama Presidential Library looks like a prison from RoboCop. Get it on. I love your show. Thank you.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Yeah, but it kind of shows the difference between the two sides, left and right, which is the left wants something modern and avant-garde and sort of edgy and some sort of it's going to start a conversation. They're always looking to start a conversation. By the way, if the conversation is, boy, that's a piece of shit. Yeah. That's a conversation. And then the right is like, we want traditional types of architecture, but it's really a mindset. It's basically, we're going, here's what we want. We want the past. We want family, education, church, moms, dads, not gestating people. We want the old shit. And you guys want the new shit, because the new shit's supposed to be better, except for it's never better. And they do it all the time. It's funny. It's like half of Gavin Newsom's California stuff is like, he's always like, California's on the vanguard. They're the tip of the spear. Like whatever we do, then that's good for music and like maybe fashion, but it's not good for sanctuary cities and homeless junkies and clean needle programs and stuff. Like we're doing stuff normal cities would never think about doing. Yeah, that's good if it's fashion and music. It's not good with your heroin exchange program.
Yes, yeah.
And that's the difference. But, you know, I was talking to Dr. Drew, and we were having this discussion about how, you know, D.C. is maybe going to get themselves a socialist mayor, and we're going to get one in Los Angeles, and we got one in New York. They have one in Seattle, basically have one in Chicago. It's a lot of socialists, whatever. And then we always have that discussion, like, what makes them think it's going to work? Like it never works. And they always, you know, they want to defund the police, and then it doesn't work, and then they want to fund the police, and then they want something else. And I said to them this, because they live in a world that doesn't really take human instincts and actions and motivation into account. Like we can just go ahead and get rid of cops and replace them with ambassadors, and then that's going to solve all our problems, right? But it doesn't. I said, look, here's my analogy. I want to live in a world where if I go out of town, it's basically this is the difference between the socialist and me and what normal people know works. I would like to say that if you go out of town for Thanksgiving, you should be able to put a pumpkin filled with mini-sized candy bars on your porch, and then you put a sign that says, limit one, please. And I share your vision and that I want to live in that world where every kid who comes up there just takes one and then walks back and goes to the next house. I want that world too, but that world doesn't exist. Now, you think that world can exist or you're going to get it to exist. It doesn't exist. So I want that too, but I'm realistic enough to know it's never going to happen. And I want an armed guard standing in front of the plastic pumpkin, making sure that everyone limits themselves to one. And you go, I don't want to live in that world. And I go, I don't want to live in it either. But that's the world we're living in because the first kid takes the pumpkin, dumps it into the pillowcase, and leaves.
Yeah. And if you get 3 kids that take one of them's going to take the handful eventually.
Right. That's right.
There's
going to be a percentage of people who live in our world, our shared world. But it's really, once the 5th guy shows up and capsizes the thing into his pillowcase with his candy, then there's no more candy.
Yeah.
And that's the world we're living in. So we got a choice. We can either go with my idea, which is the armed guard, or we're going to have to start creating better citizens.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a conversation that you guys don't want to have, because it's going to involve moms and dads.
And they don't want people to be citizens in the first place.
Right. So I agree with you in theory, but it'll never work, and it never does.
Yeah.
Now, can we just get to the part where we understand that and stop trying it?
Yeah. My favorite thing was how they all advocated for defund the police, and then when it went wrong, they said, oh, no, that wasn't us. We didn't try to defund the police.
I do love the idea that there's, you know, high-def film of people saying all of this stuff, but it's also funny. It's a funny phenomenon because you get people saying stuff, and they go, "Well, I've changed my mind," or I've whatever. And it's like, you were 57 when you said that. Now you're 61.
Yeah.
You think you're going to change? Is that you had a different heart on it? What else? Like, what can we look forward to? On my 75th birthday, I'm just going gay. Is that what's going to happen? I'm going to start marching with the LGBT plus community, or like what? I don't think anything. Now, what happens is you get pressured into retreating from your retarded ideas.
Yeah.
But do you really think differently? You were 50 when you announced that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Biden abandoned shit he thought of in his 70s. And now he's changed his view on it.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Got some news?
Yeah, we got some news here. Speaking of, yes, the left liking all the progressive news stuff and the right liking traditional stuff. They had this UFC fight on the White House lawn last night.
Yeah.
UFC fighter.
Well, that was Saturday night.
Or Saturday night, yes, yeah. UFC fighter Josh Hokit defeated Derek Lewis for the heavyweight title. But the internet is still calling the shocking tirade that followed disgraceful.
Oh, wait. I screwed that up. Sorry. I'm sorry. I should have said Sunday night.
Yes.
Was that?
Yes.
Right.
June 14th was this fight.
Mm-hmm.
After his victory, he said to Alex Pereira, "Now listen, Alex Pereira, I want to shove on your mama." And he had this comment to make about Michelle Obama.
And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, that's not quite Michelle Obama has a dick that a lot of people were saying. And by the way, according to them, you don't need a dick to be a man.
It's just a choice or a belief.
Yeah, she's a gestating, a non-gestating person. Yeah, whatever. It's a belief. Yeah, so
exactly.
that should not be offensive.
Yeah,
they don't even know what a man is.
No, they can't define that. But
you've got someone elected to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
That doesn't know what a man is.
She was elected because she was a woman, but also doesn't know what a woman or a man is.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of irony going around, so you should not take offense to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was kind of a weird comment to make. I feel like that event went off very successfully.
Yes.
And this was kind of the controversial moment where the left will latch onto that and say, this was horrible.
It's basically like you invited everybody, they did the event, everything was good. They're looking like you're going to have the event this time next year, and like one of your buddies threw a beer bottle onto the field, and then everyone, why'd you do that? Why'd you do it? It was so good. We're going to have us back next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe the Michelle Obama conspiracy theory, but I think it's funny to me. It's entertaining every time it gets referenced. I would always get people messaging me because there was a clip of Michelle Obama dancing on the Ellen show where it looks like there's a bulge in the fabric of her dress. And that was one of the things that fueled this whole Michelle Obama thing.
Yeah, I think so. There's a Barack Obama's gay story, which I'll buy that. Or certainly by an encounter or two. I don't know. There are plenty of dudes who dabble, so I'll buy that. But it doesn't mean Michelle needs to be a chick.
Exactly.
It just means he could have had an experience or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Well, while this UFC event was going on at the White House, the Hollywood liberals held a concert to protest it in New York. It was called Rise Up, Sing Out, an event against fascism headlined by Jane Fonda, Ms. Rachel, Julia Roberts, Robert De Niro, and Bette Midler. And it was specifically scheduled to counter-program this UFC event. Here's Bette Midler's song.
Oh, you fascists bound to lose. You're bound to lose. You fascists bound to lose. Hey there, all you fascists. Let me put you straight. When you come for the rest of us, we'll fight you at the gate and you will lose. You fascists bound to lose. Oh, you
I don't know what's going on in our world, but I don't know why it's satiating to people. Like, all right, no one's a fascist, but they just won, and I don't know that they would lose in the next general election either. But so you wrote, you're bound to lose. And what gate? You're going to fight us. And by the way, every story ends up with you being a hero. And in every song means you're going to stand up and fight. And they're all going to stand up and fight, even though they're elderly and out of shape.
Yeah.
And they have these weird, comments. Like it's, they have like the 61-year-old Hispanic, morbidly obese school teacher. And she's like, if ICE comes into my classroom, they're going to have to get through me first. It's like, bitch, anybody could get through. A junior high school football player could push you and you would just fall over. Like, what do you mean?
She could wedge herself in the door.
She could wedge herself in the door. That's true. The jaws of life. Yeah, I don't know what that means about standing up and fighting and rising up. And everything's about rising up and standing up and pushing back and fighting. No one has any skills. The guys with the actual fighting skills are down the street at the octagon on the lawn. And by the way, if those guys said we're going to fight, I'd go, all right, well, this guy's got skills.
Yes, it's going to take a lot to get through them.
Old and out of shape and have no skills. But then De Niro's going to make his speech. It's got to be. It's going to be a weird way to go through the last few years of your life.
Yes, dedicated to this.
After
After being famous and so popular.
And there's so much you can do, but this kind of, and also this kind of becomes your legacy, like 20 years from now, Robert De Niro, oh, that crazy guy hated Trump.
Yeah, that said F Trump over and
right,
over.
Right, that guy, he was in movies too. Oh, what, really? TV
Were they
stuff?
any good?
Yeah, all right. All right, here he is.
Right? Later, the letter stated, regardless of our political affiliation or whether we engage in politics or not, we all love our country. Still with me? Not so fast. The phrase, we all love our country, stuck in my throat. Because our country isn't so lovable right now. I hate to say it, but loving our country is starting to sound like an abused spouse saying they love their abuser. I can't love a country that starts stupid and inhumane wars, killing thousands of innocents and indirectly causing the deaths and suffering of millions more. I can't love a country that takes health care away from millions of people and uses that money to enrich their pals in the Trump-Epstein class. I can't love a country that sends out masked militias to shoot citizens in the streets, torture our neighbors, and separate families.
I do like their take on ICE. We just have mass militias.
Yeah.
I just send them out in the street in the general neighborhood of neighbors.
Yeah.
I guess. And then they just rip apart families in the neighborhood. And that's my
They have a
thing.
list of who has a family, and they're like, let's go after that guy.
Yeah, go back 15 seconds. I love the depiction of ICE. It's just, these are goose-stepping, jackbooted thugs. I like when they go, they answer to no one. It's like, you don't feel like there's some kind of chain of command. Like, you feel like the average ICE officer shows up at the facility, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, his commanding officer would go, here's what we're doing tonight. And he goes, fuck off, Bob. I'm going rogue. And then he goes, what? Give me your gun. What? Give me the gun. And I need your keys to a van, but it's got to be unmarked. And then they go, what's up? Oh, I'm going to mask up. And where are you going? I'm not telling you. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going rogue. I got a couple other buddies.
Yeah.
We're going to hit some neighborhoods, and we're just going to tear citizens apart. How about that? And then, after we're done tearing citizens apart, we're going to find kids that are in their mother's arms, and we're going to rip them away. We'll rip them out, and then we're going to bring them back. And we're not going to feed them well at all.
We're going to put them in cages.
We're going to put them in cages, but I'm not going to tell you where.
Yeah, because I answer to no one.
I answer to no one because I'm rogue, because I'm in my own militia.
Yeah.
Now, I don't even know how we figure out how to pay these guys, because who are you making it out to and where are you sending it? It's a rogue agency,
It's all under the table.
Yeah. And after that, we may just go into Mexico and raise a little hell.
Yeah.
And then we might come back into like San Bernardino and rip some more families apart. And that'll be that. Did I already get your gun, Bob? Good. I'll need that. And again, I need unmarked vans.
Yeah.
And we don't wear any kind of badging or anything either. We just wear sort of black velour sweatsuits. All right. We go out. Trump's got our back. All right. Sorry. I just want to hear him explain what ICE is.
To enrich their pals in the Trump-Epstein class. I can't love a country that sends out masked militias to shoot citizens in the streets, torture our neighbors, and separate families.
Okay. Hold on. You know what you got? You know what's weird? The weird thought experiment is, what if you're in a coma for 20 years or even 10 years and you just woke up and you're like, hey, Bobby De Niro, man, love that guy in Goodfellas. What's going on in our country? Let's see what Bob's going to catch us up on what's going on in this nation, since you just woke up from this coma and you're like, There's roving gangs of militias shooting people in the street and tearing neighbors apart.
Torturing our neighbors.
Torturing neighbors? Whoa! A lot has changed since I went into my coma.
But at least he's at this middle school play speaking about it. So I love the production values of this compared to the UFC fight.
Zero production and just a bunch of old white people clapping. All right, what else?
Well, he's taken the political route. Another Hollywood celeb, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, rejects Hollywood's political obsession and has expressed frustration with the slinging and bullshit. He's distancing himself from Hollywood's culture of political activism. During a recent interview with Esquire, the 54-year-old actor and professional wrestler explained why he decided to keep his political views private.
Because he thinks like us.
Yes.
And he wants to work.
He said, what I have learned through the experience that I need to keep the main thing. And the main thing for me, the thing that in the morning I swing my legs out of bed and I run towards is creating. It's art, it's storytelling. I've learned I'm going to keep my politics to myself.
Right. So that means he's Republican.
Yeah.
So, and he should be because he works real hard and he gets taxed real bad. So he would probably think like a Republican can think. So the guys that don't say anything are always the Republicans because they don't want to be punished, essentially. So you kind of get it. It's essentially, I would say it's basically equivalent of just being gay in the 60s and wanting to work as a leading man. You know, it's just, I'm not going to tell anybody about this.
And get my fake wife and just...
Get my beard wife over here. They even grow beard.
Go out cruising at night.
Go out cruising at night. Yeah, like a Rock Hudson.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Boy, that was a doc.
Yeah. And with a name like that, who would have expected him to be gay?
There's a clip. God, I think... You know what's weird? I realized in that Rock Hudson doc, he's got one of his guys, boy toys, he's talking about, and depictions of gay acts sexually, I usually have to hold my hand up because I don't want to see it, but I don't like seeing compound fractures and stuff like that either.
It's gruesome.
But this guy was describing the stuff, and I realized I had to hold my ears too. It was like, I forgot like real gay talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, oof. I don't know who, Rock Hudson documentary. It was the craziest thing, you know, he found out he had AIDS. And he wouldn't tell anybody because that's another thing not to talk about in Hollywood back in the day. And he was on Dynasty or something. And it's like, all right, now it's the big conclusion for season 3. And Linda Evans falls off the horse. And then Rock, you go by her side and you give her a huge passionate kiss.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. and he like gave her like a kiss, but barely touched her lips. And they're like, Rock, you don't get it. We need a big, passionate kiss. And he was like gargling with vinegar and stuff. He had no idea what AIDS would do.
Yes, yeah.
He thought he could give her, well, no one knew how you got it exactly. But a big, passionate kiss from a guy who's got AIDS and no one knows what AIDS is. That's...
wow.
That'd be something for him to think about the night before.
Yeah, really.
By the way, like a true Hollywood actor, just kissed her.
Yeah.
Did not say anything. Nope.
Kept it all on the DL.
Kept it all in. Didn't use a dental dam or anything. Just kissed her. And everyone's like, oh, okay, that must have been tough for him. It's like, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Because he thinks he may be killing Linda Evans.
That is weird to have sympathy for him and like, oh, he was poor him for having to go through that. That was...
Yes. How about poor her or poor us?
Here we go.
Who's he kissing? Is it Linda Evans? He had, and of course they had to do it more than once because he didn't want a horse etiquette or shoulder etiquette, but I have separated my shoulder for a long period of time. If someone falls off a horse and separate their shoulder, do not turn them over and slam them back down on the ground.
Crawl on top of them.
Try to put as little weight on them as possible. The shoulder separation is very painful. But anyway, he jumped out.
That's the moment that happened.
Yep. The moment Linda Evans got AIDS from Rock Hudson.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I were Rock Hudson, I didn't want to make out with her. I'd just go into the writer's room and go, listen, no one who gets thrown from a horse is horny.
Yeah.
You are miserable. And her shoulder was separated. What if I showed up and I made her splint?
Yeah.
From a good distance. You know what I mean? No, you get on top of her and give her. I just don't feel like my character is that horny that I'd be making out with a chick who just got thrown off a horse. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense.
It's like, now you have to go to the hospital for my shoulder. No, you have AIDS.
That's right. Let's rewrite this.
We'll make a new scene there.
All right.
Did he ever go by Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Yeah, so Dwayne's a Republican and he doesn't want to deal with it.
Well, and what's interesting, he actually endorsed Joe Biden during the 2020 election. And then I think he regretted that and put all his politics kind of on the DL afterwards.
You have to realize everything for him is a business decision.
Yeah.
Everything. So if an endorsement of Joe Biden helps and an endorsement for Trump is a death knell, then you endorse Biden.
Yeah.
Just like if you have AIDS, you kiss Linda Evans and don't say anything, even though it may kill her with AIDS.
Yeah. Whatever gets the Jumanji numbers up at the box office.
That's right. Wait, was Linda Evans in Jumanji? I got you.
One of them was.
All right.
We got some.
Wait, was she thrown off the horse like right before that? Because that is a very rando thing to have a middle-aged woman get thrown off a horse and for you to go try to make out with her. That's a little rapey.
It is. A lot of those movies from that era were a little rapey. They had the man would always come over and kind of throw himself on the woman.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
There's James Bond, movies like that.
There's a lot of backhanding of women. Here's the thing about backhanding women, Adam. If you just,
I've always wanted to learn this. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's why I came here today.
If you backhand them and their head stays the direction you hit them, that means they know they were wrong.
This is great advice.
So, like in movies where the woman gets caught cheating and the guy backhands her, they stay that direction. The head stays turned the direction it got backhanded. If they snap back, it means they're pissed off and they're coming for you.
I see.
And they're not wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Side lips. Side of the lips kiss. Yeah. We got some Los Angeles news also with Karen Bass's brother is suing her over the fire that destroyed his house. And now Spencer Pratt is teaming up in the lawsuit with him against the mayor. Pratt announced that he and his wife, fellow reality star Heidi Montag, were suing Los Angeles almost immediately after the deadly fire destroyed their home. But he responded on Sunday to the news that Kenneth D. Bass was also joining the suit over the loss of his multi-million-dollar Malibu home. He tweeted this out. He said, "I am proud to be teaming up with Karen Bass's brother in suing his sister for her reckless negligence that led to the destruction of our homes. I hope their Thanksgiving dinner isn't too ox. I don't know, ours hasn't been the same since last year."
I think it is time to if this country was an Etch-a-Sketch, we would shake it right now and just go, we got to start. We're done. There are no more rules. We got communists running cities. We got brothers suing sisters. Like it's Sodom and Gomorrah at this point. It's done.
Yeah.
We're cooked. I started to think that when I was a couple weeks ago when I was hearing about stories about people in Portland throwing dildos at ICE officers. I was like, we're done. It's over. We need
How
to
do we
start
get to that point?
We're at that point. They used to put daisies in the barrels of the rifles of the guards standing in front of the college, and now they're whacking them with dildos.
Man.
It's over.
Now, can you get AIDS if a protester hits you with their dildo?
I know a guy got pink eye, and it wasn't it's because the dildo was infected.
Yeah.
It was uncut.
Yeah.
It's a European one.
That's how they make them over there.
Well, you got to think, not every, I mean, there's right-hand drive, there's left-hand drive, there's accommodations.
Yeah.
You go to Europe, you use the same plug?
No.
Well, there's your answer.
It all makes sense now.
Like when people do some non sequitur and go, well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Hold on. Dawson, is the average Euro dildo uncircumcised? I mean, they got to have it. They got to offer it.
I like you asking him so it's in his search history.
That's what I do, yeah. Use your phone.
His algorithm's going to send him advertisements for uncircumcised dildos now.
There's got to be uncut dildos.
It's got to be no, because as Jimmy said to you,
Yeah.
It unsheathes itself in the erect modem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So they don't make any limp dildos.
No, they don't.
There's got to be an uncut dildo.
I'm going to do a Google search right now for an uncut dildo.
Please.
Do you think these are the conversations Karen Bass and her brother are going to have at Thanksgiving since they can't talk about the fire?
I don't. I mean, we're not.
Yeah, it looks like they're available.
I told you. I told you, Dawson. So there. And is it the weapon of choice in Europe? That's another thing. So
now he's looking for sales figures.
You can get it on Amazon, man.
Uncut. What does the uncut one look like?
You don't want to see it.
Okay. All right. So now, she's not paying. Obviously, everyone else pays. I know that thing where we're negligent. The politicians of the state or whatever get sued, and then the taxpayers.
That's where the money comes from.
Foot the bill for it. All right, you got one more?
That's it for these stories here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll look at. Let me ask you this,
yes,
Adam YENSER. All right, I am not planning on suing over the fire. Although I could probably get in on it.
You could get in on this, yeah.
I'll tell you a class action lawsuit that I am going to bring up, and you might be able to join me on this one, and many people within the sound of my voice. I've been traveling a lot. I've been in hotels a lot. I've been in Portland and Tulsa and OKC, and I'm everywhere. And inevitably, I find myself in the gym of the hotel on some treadmill, and with the promise of television on that treadmill, with the empty burnt offering. And then at some point, I push the TV button, and it's like nothing. Last one is just pure static. Some is, would you like to watch YouTube? Yeah, I'll watch YouTube. I'll watch anything. I'm chained to this fucking thing for 40 minutes. I'll watch anything. I'll watch Davy and Goliath, the claymated religious show from the 60s, and then I hit the TV. I am 0 for 28. There is no such thing as you watching TV on a treadmill. You can look at your phone. There is no. They all have a monitor, and they all have an option. Would you like to watch TV? And I get sucked in every time, and I go, yes, I would like to watch TV. No, there is no TV
works
for you. I don't know what to say. I go to all different hotels. I go to all different cities. I'm 0 forever. There is no such thing.
I've had the same thing. Either the sound doesn't work, or the picture doesn't work, or it's like watching a scrambled channel from the 80s. It's just none of it ever works out.
Yes. So my lawsuit is you guys enticed me. You lied. Bait and switch. You said, do you want to watch TV on this treadmill? I said, 1,000%. There's no place I want to watch TV more, because I'm doing something that's relentless, monotonous, and sort of miserable, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, you go, well, you want to go to, when you get your tires rotated, you want to watch TV. It's like, yeah, but I'll get up and go to the bathroom, and then I'll go over there and pour a cup of coffee, then I'll look at a newspaper. This is just chained to this shit for a half hour. I want a TV. There's any place I needed one to be here, and you guys offer it every time.
I think you have a case, because part of what Kenneth Bass was suing about was annoyance. And this feels like a perfect category for annoyance.
Or how about you just be upfront, like when I check in?
Don't lie about the gym.
Yeah, you just go, listen, I hope you're not planning on watching TV at that gym.
There's a lot of lies about hotel gyms when you actually open the door and you see what it is in there.
Also, you don't get to call everything a fitness center. You need more than 900 square feet and a yoga ball to be a fitness center. Don't be highfalutin. That's like basically saying cuisine instead of food. Now, you're at food level. You got a couple of treadmills and a yoga ball. All right. YENSER, go to AdamYENSER.com. Very funny stand-up. We will take a break. Mark Geragos is going to join us right after this. Podcasting isn't just about talking. It's about growing, engaging, and monetizing. And that's where Podcast One Pro comes in. Whether you're an independent creator or a major brand, Podcast One Pro gives you the tools you need to take your podcast to the next level. We're talking about premium hosting, advanced analytics, dynamic ad integration, and expert distribution, all designed to maximize your reach and revenue. Plus, with access to Podcast One's industry-leading network, you'll be connected to top-tier advertisers and a massive audience. It's time to go pro and turn your passion into profit. Visit PodcastOnePro.com to get started today. Podcast One Pro, the power behind the podcast. Simply Safe. Well, in the U.S., there's a break-in every 26 seconds. Couldn't even wait till 30. That means somewhere right now there's an intruder getting closer. Most security systems only alert you after a break-in has already started. And by then, well, that's too late. And that's why I chose Simply Safe to secure my home. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and advanced AI alerts, Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify threats to your property and help deter them. This stops the crime before it starts. Listen, I'm in Psycho LA, and it seems like it's getting worse. So I use Simply Safe, and I have a lot of peace of mind because of it. Everything going on, man, I sleep like an angel, knowing Simply Safe has my back. It's Simply Safe. Right, Dawson?
We want you to experience the same peace of mind we do, which is why we've partnered with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive discount to our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/Adam. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Adam. There's no safe like Simply Safe. You're invited to a special audience screening of the world-famous KROQ doc.
We were the first to play the biggest bands in the history of music.
With producer Adam Carolla.
I made the KROQ documentary because I kept running into people who had their own stories about KROQ and their memories of KROQ.
Featuring, no doubt, Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink-182, Depeche Mode, The Cure, U2.
Los Angeles has a musical punch. That fist has KROQ. Right on.
KROQ is where everything happens.
Join Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew Pinsky for a special screening of the world-famous KROQ doc.
It captures a time that will never exist again.
Saturday, June 20th at 8 p.m. Tickets at adamcarolla.com.
And we got Mark Geragos on. Now, you know Mark is a world-class attorney, but did you know before that, he co-booked and owned, I guess, Perkins Palace, which was a place in Pasadena that all the KROQ acts would go to. I myself saw the Plasmatics there. I looked it up. It was June of 81. I looked
Do you
through.
realize, Adam,
Yes.
if I was doing this YouTube upstairs, three floors up, behind me would be the original poster of Wendy O and the 4 nights for the Plasmatics, which you may remember. I don't know which night you went to, but the 4th show was not selling. We couldn't sell it. So I had a partner, Jim Perkins, who had a suicide door. What is that, a 64 Lincoln?
Yes.
And in order to sell it, we went on to KROQ and we actually announced that we were going to have Wendy blow up Jim's 64 Lincoln with the suicide doors.
Yes.
And did it, and we sold out that 4th night.
I was there when you blew that Lincoln up. Now, couple things. I got tickets to see the Plasmatics because they were a crazy punk band from back in the day who, I don't know, they had some catchy songs and they had some good hooks, and the lead singer who performed topless, Wendy O. Williams. But then later on, so I saw one night, and then later on, I was told that I had some step-nephew who was like 14 and needed to go with someone who was, I wasn't 18 though, but he needed someone to drive him or something. I was 17. And so I then went for a second night, but I was in the mosh pit, and the mosh pit was in the front and the stage about 5 feet. So it's like my chin would just be on the stage. And when they rolled that Lincoln out, they blew it up. And I was front and center. My chin was on the stage. They didn't tell anyone to move back. There was no fire marshal.
Nothing.
I thought this is going to be some BS compressed air thing where they make a poof with some fake diatomaceous earth or something. Oh no, they blew it up. I remember being freaked out.
Well, I don't know if it was the next week or the next night, I booked them at the Olympic Auditorium downtown. And Wendy wanted to really raise it a notch. So we bought a school bus.
Yes.
And we were going to blow up a school bus on stage. But for some reason, the guys didn't use enough explosives. Yeah, there you go. Look at this thing.
They blew it up. And I remember, even though I was young, I was like, oh, they blew it up. My ears were ringing and everything.
That mosh pit was something else. There's Wendy O. She died 20 or 30 years ago, yeah?
I think she committed suicide, and it wasn't that. I don't think it was 20 or 30 years ago. We can find out. But I looked it up. The Tubes were there. Tubes, funny, crazy band from San Francisco. Good band,
right.
But stage theatrics. Phil Collins, Black Flag, Van Halen rehearsed there.
There's a couple of shows that I talk about. The Go-Go's started there. Oingo Boingo, we found as a high school. They kind of played the local high schools. We started them on Halloween, and it became kind of a thing for maybe 2 years, and then the Universal Amphitheater stole them from us, Danny Elfman and Oingo Boingo. Dead Kennedys, but the Smokey Robinson, which was kind of out of left field. And I remember Tina Turner, we had to cancel because we only could sell 7 or 8 tickets, if you can believe that. But the pinnacle was the Pretenders had done 3 shows or 4 shows at Santa Monica Civic. And at that point, the Pretenders were nonstop, as you might remember, on KROQ.
Yes.
And so they played a surprise show that sold out in like 20 minutes at the Palace. And in the middle of it, who shows up but Bruce Springsteen? And they do a rendition of Jackie Wilson's Higher and Higher. And I said, well, I could die right now. George Thorogood and the Destroyers did 50 states in 50 days and ended at Perkins Palace. And that was another show. And we used to have, for KROQ, we had this wonderful relationship. Perkins used to have the like Woodside or Raimondo or Blade or all of
DJs,
the
all the old DJs.
Yeah, they used to come over and they used to do the shows. And I just kind of drafted behind Rodney on the Rock and whatever he was playing at the time, Dead Kennedys, and it was what a you're so right. I don't think before or since there has been a crazier musical time or compressed time period as KROQ back then in the basically late 70s, early 80s.
Wendy O. Williams, you were right, died in 1998 of a self-inflicted gunshot wound, which is, I guess, ultimately as punk as you can get, because it's got to be weird because they were really popular in 79, 80, 81, 82, but now 20 some odd years has passed, and oh boy. But
you remember the Vapors? You remember the Vapors?
Turning Japanese.
Turning Japanese. Adam Ant did his American debut there. There was Gang of Four.
Yep.
It was a great. They were there. There were just band after band that ended up just rocketing out of the stratosphere.
People know Van Halen started in Pasadena, and Perkins Palace was in Pasadena, but you say they used it for rehearsal space, or what was that story?
I believe there's been this apocryphal story that Dr. Roth, who was David's dad, had owned the theater at one point. and before Perkins. And I don't know, I've never been able to independently confirm that, but that was always the story that was told. When I was in high school, and we're talking in the 70s, that we saved up at the high school to have Van Halen as the band for the prom. But there was another band back then that was even bigger than Van Halen that was called Honk, H-O-N-K. And they got some play on KROQ as well. You know, remember the Waitresses?
Yeah.
The Waitresses were huge on KROQ back then.
Yeah, they had these bands that were huge on KROQ, and it was always weird because people who lived on the East Coast didn't know who Oingo Boingo was once upon a time. But I was saying to someone the other day, there was like a regional thing. Like my roommate a million years ago was from Philadelphia, and Meatloaf was huge if you lived in Philly. And I'm like, they didn't really play Meatloaf songs out here. And I was like, they would play Oingo Boingo songs or X. And they go, who was that? I'd go, oh, they didn't play X or Oingo Boingo. By the way, Oingo Boingo's original name, I think, was the Knights, the new Knights of the Knights of the Round Table of Oingo Boingo. They shortened their name to Oingo Boingo. But yes, KROQ played all of it, and some of those bands, the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo.
Oingo Boingo. And Danny Elfman, who has become this kind of larger-than-life writer of scores and movies and things of that nature, that's where Danny got started. I'll never forget the city attorney, then the mayor of L.A. at the time, or later, was Jim Hahn. And Jim Hahn was this, if you could imagine, the mayor of L.A. in the mosh pit at one point because he was such an Oingo Boingo fan. Can you imagine Karen Bass now in the equivalent of a Oingo Boingo concert? It's almost incomprehensible. Isn't it?
No. Here's another band, the Bus Boys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plimsolls? Do you remember the
Plimsolls? Yes. They all had hits, at least one. Some are, some are like, YouTube or U2 or REM or whatever. Some just went huge, and others just had the one hit. Yeah.
Well, Air Supply, people don't remember. The Air Supply played the Palace, and they were kind of a one-hit wonder at one point and was really kind of outside of the KROQ thing. But KROQ had such a magical time back then in terms of the DJs, and that's where you got your start. Dr. Drew got his start, and all of these incredible bands that you can't believe were playing then, and it really was almost a cult.
Yeah, the story is really interesting, and we've just tore it apart bit by bit. The doc is over 4 hours. I mean, it's multiple parts, but just the characters that went through that place, and it's interesting. It'll never be captured again because it's just like there will be no All in the Family, or there'll be no like, oh, the last episode of MASH got 50 million people watching, and the population was 175 million. Like there'll be no more. There'll be that time will never be captured again. Very tactile, sort of everything was word of mouth, but somehow everyone got the message, and it was fun.
They sure did.
And then also, I mean, you got to think of like Tina Turner. She's after Ike Turner, and that's 60s, very early 70s. And then the whole Tiny Dancer, whatever, 86, 87. But if you got hold of Tina Turner in 83, she probably couldn't sell a lot of tickets.
She couldn't sell 7 or 8. I mean, it was some unbelievable amount. As being a lifelong Tina Turner fan, I thought, wow, this is the pinnacle. I don't even think we sold 10 tickets. And so we had to cancel it. It was almost the definition of unbelievable when you think about it now, that an roughly 1,800 seat theater couldn't sell 10 tickets to Tina Turner. And mind you, we were across the street from the Pasadena Police Department. And I remember one time that this is when I was in law school, and Susie and the Banshees were playing. And back in the mosh pit, people there was this thing where you would spit and people would spit back. You remember this?
Yes.
Back in this was a common concert thing. And somebody spit on Susie and she was having none of it, took her guitar and whacked somebody in the mosh pit over the head. Sure enough, Pasadena PD was there after the show to haul her ass over to the jail. I had to call the old man and say, can you get Susie and the Banshee, or it's Susie up the Banshees out of custody?
Was your dad in the DA's office?
He had left the DA's office maybe 8 years before and was in private practice. One of the funniest images that I remember from the Palace is he so enjoyed coming to the concerts. He would bring judges, friends of his, or other DAs, and they would like double date or triple date. They would eat in Old Town at one of the restaurants, not at Pookie's across the street, but one of the other restaurants, like back then it was Emily's Restaurants, which is now the Parkway Grill. And then they would come up there and they would walk around in these concerts, and you would see this older couple, probably younger than I am now, couples walking around just checking out the punk rock scene, if you will, at the Palace. So they enjoyed it, and it was a magical time. And KROQ, it was kind of this weird symbiotic relationship between KROQ and because there was another club that was circa that era, which was Wolf and Rissmiller's Country Club.
Oh, the Country Club. That was in sorry. That was in the Valley. Right.
Yeah.
Now, see, I saw Oingo Boingo there, and I saw the Bus Boys there. And by the way, the Bleeda and Reseda, where later I trained Jimmy for his boxing match, was at the Country Club in Canoga Park, or it was in the West Valley. They'd have boxing matches there. They'd have concerts there. They'd have everything there. Crazy. All right. You can watch a lot of this doc with me and Dr. Drew. That'll be this Saturday, Santa Ana, California, at the Jordan Family. Classic cars. You can see my cars out there, too. Mark, always great catching up.
Good to see you, too.
Thanks.
I'll see you Saturday. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's coming Saturday. All right. I did not know that. All right. So I want to thank Koe Wetzel, and I want to thank Adam YENSER, and, of course, Mark Geragos, and this is Adam Carolla saying mahalo.